It's really fun. It's very exciting. We have had a lot of great success being next to each other.
How have you seen that chemistry kind of develop over these practices where Dewan has been playing right back against
I would say that it developed really fast just because, he's a player that plays with a lot of energy. It can be, 4-yard gain, a 5-yard gain, and he's excited, he's yelling, let's go. So I would say that it was built very, very fast.
I think this kind of has come as a surprise to some of us, Paris, that Dewan would go in there and there'd be this shuffling going on. What signs maybe did you guys have that this could be an option?
To be honest, I just go where it fits the team. I guess I never really was worried about where the shuffle would happen or how it would go. So if they needed me to be somewhere and needed him to be somewhere, I trusted it. So.
You guys seeing that growth in Dewan over the summer?
Oh yes, he's definitely taken the next step since I would say with even these winter workouts. I haven't known Dewan that long with me coming in last spring, so I didn't really see him his true freshman season. But I would say I've definitely seen he's been very, very mature the way he's handling things, and he's been stepping up to be a leader too.
How did this normal full winter, full spring, full summer with Nick, what did that do for you?
Oh, it was incredible. Even the months that I had before COVID, those 2 months were incredible. So I would say he's been working a lot with me with just not only physically, which it's been like that since I first enrolled, but also he's been on me a lot mentally because he wants me to take that next step as a leader, not just as far as my actions, but me being vocal and being consistent and just the little things that he's been working on to create good habits. So it's been helping me a lot.
Stud was really talking you up, Paris. How do you feel out there? Why do you think you've caught his eye so much during camp so far?
I think my goal in camp is just to go out there and just dominate. And I feel like the coaches know that I play with an edge and I like to finish and I like to try to be the most aggressive guy on the field. And I think that the next step for me this season, which I've had a conversation with Coach Stud, is now it's about honing in on the technique and the right steps. So I feel like the finishing and stuff, that's kind of expected with me because that's the standard I've set for myself when I first came in. But now it's about, the steps, my hand placement, things like that. I feel like that right now is really what's exciting him and my teammates on the field, is that seeing that growth with me as a technician and not just as an aggressor.
You got a lot of reps last year as a true freshman, especially in big moments. I think you played a lot against Clemson, pretty huge moments. How much did those reps help you coming into this year?
I would say those reps were crucial just because I feel like mentally now I know going into this season that I know what it feels like to step out there, and whether it's the second quarter or the third quarter or the fourth quarter, and just go out there and play, and then just get a feel for okay, this is not practice. So in a way, it felt kind of easier in certain ways. I was like, okay, the defense, they don't, I make my call, their defense, they don't know our plays, our calls. So when I make that call, it felt kind of slowed down in a way. So I feel like it was good to get that feel for the first time then versus, this upcoming season. So it helped a lot.
Maybe the best tackle in the country in high school.
Nicholas Petit Frere, folks.
Just with stuff shifting around, Thayer and Nick have played it. Now it looks like Dewan's getting a shot to play it, and you certainly could play tackle right now. That's where they put you. Right? Is there any part of you like, man, I kind of like this shot to be a starting tackle right now? How are you handling that as things sort of shift around?
Well, I feel like the coaches and I feel like the people, and I feel like the people in the offensive line room, they know I can play tackle just as well as I can play guard right now. But I feel like right now, I've been talking to the coaches, and then just I'm a man of faith, so I feel like I get a feeling to where it's you play offensive line, it's the most selfless position on the unit on the team. So it's if I'm best fit to be a center this season, then I'll be a center. I'll be a right guard. I'll be a left guard. And I feel like it's just about just going out there and just trying to show versatility and just showing that you can put me wherever and I'll go out there and play. Because I feel like everybody knows I can play tackle.
Yeah.
But now this is me stepping outside of that zone and just dominating in a different spot. You know, because I feel like at the next level, you can't just be a left tackle. You got to be a left guard, a right guard, you know. So, you know, hopefully next season I'll transition into that next step of playing tackle. But right now I want to dominate where the coaches best see fit, for the team.
And like, we're not trying to stir up stuff with that. It just does seem like legitimately you're sacrificing a little bit, for the team. That because we, like you said, everybody knows what kind of tackle you are. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but lots of guys here do what's best for the team. But is that fair to say that you're trying to think of team first here and knowing that, man, my tackle time will come, but it's a little bit of a sacrifice for you to play inside right now.
I mean, I feel like when I first came to Ohio State, I never saw myself playing any other position other than left tackle.
Yeah.
Maybe right tackle, but for a little bit of making the transition. But I feel like it sort of changed my mindset from like year one. I wanted to come in and I wanted to win that spot at like right tackle. That's not how it went. But I feel like this season it's about getting on the field and dominating and just getting my name out there, because at any moment, like, who knows what shifts, I can still be there for the team if they need me to switch out the tackle for a play for a series, because I still know it. I learned it all last season, and now I feel like they needed me to transition to guard, and I feel like the plays that I had last season, like those couple of plays I had in my freshman year, showed, you know what, if we needed my guard, he can be a guard. So I don't know, I feel like this season I'm just grateful to be out there and play with my teammates, and I'm just going to dominate out there, and when it's my time to be a tackle, I'll go back and tackle.
Coach Stubb was saying, like, talk about your pad level of guard, right? Like how great it is, and then like you're a big guy, but it felt like him acknowledging that, like, listen, man, like, yeah, maybe this guy wants to be a tackle, but he's doing everything that we need him to do at guard. That do you feel yourself like being a guard, that you're not like a tackle who's just playing guard, that you're really embracing everything at that position?
I feel like that mindset was the next step that I had to take initially in camp, was that during the spring ball I felt like I was an athletic tackle who came down and guard. And now I feel like, you know what, I'm going to be full in, not just physically in terms of pad level and everything, but fully embracing I'm in guard right now. And I feel like that's really helped me a lot. So not feeling like, okay, like there's even some times in my sets I might set like a tackle on accident, out of habit. I'm like, you know what, as a guard, I need to mentally set like this. I need to be like, so.
Can you speak to the crowd you're in now compared to being out on the edge? How much did that take getting used to, being in a huge crowd of huge men, all the time? I mean, in other words, not feeling claustrophobic from being a tackle, but moving inside.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would say it was an adjustment that took some time being used to, because at first, when you're a tackle, you're used to being by yourself. You're not having much help unless to twist or something, but usually, you're by yourself on an island. But so it took a little bit, because now I switched roles to, I felt more of like support. Like I need to make sure that my tackle is not getting picked by the three technique. I have to make sure that my center is clean. So now my eyes are everywhere more. But I feel like I really like it, because it really helped me learn the offense more. Because last season, I would say I really, if I'm speaking truthfully, I only really knew what the tackle did and what, how the guard would help him. But now with me being a guard, I feel like in the future, in my career, me playing guard, I'm gonna know how to help with me being a guard, when I go back to tackle, I'm gonna know what my guard needs, because I've been there. And I feel like now I'm going against those heavier guys, and again, with me, like pad level being a guard versus being a tackle is different. So I feel like being able to take that and from what I've been learning and doing when it's my time, like it's gonna feel so different because and I'm learning the offense. I'm learning what my center has to do. My vision, my keys are slightly, different. I'm having to pull more, so I feel like I'm learning the offense a lot. So
Have you? I should know this, but in your travails as a journalist, have you interviewed Harry Miller yet? Have you ever written a
I have
story
not.
about him?
I have not.
Would that be a tough one?
I feel like that would be to try to keep up with, what he's talking about sometimes.
What was it like though out there today, or the last few days, being part of that offensive line, like we're talking about, with DeWand on the right side, Nick on the left, Thayer at left guard and stuff? Does it feel like a stronger fist? I mean, what does it feel like to be in the midst of that?
Oh, it feels like this is a very strong line that we have. I feel like wherever we put anybody in the room, I feel like we're gonna have a strong line. Like I just feel like our room is very tight, so you could shuffle literally you could put anybody anywhere, and we're gonna go out there and it's gonna be seamless. So.